Hello and welcome to another update video about Tesla. On the Tesla chart, we continue to have our two scenarios here on the chart. They are both bullish at the moment. Of course, we need to be very mindful that we could be dealing with a bearish ABC structure here as well. But see, in the end, we won't know that until we see support levels broken, right? So that is very important to understand. We don't have a crystal ball, but we can indicate the relevant levels that will confirm our trend or will invalidate it. Basically, the relevant pivot points which can be used for trading where reward is high and risk is low. And also we are going to state our preference. So key is to understand that on the Tesla chart, price topped in a wave 3, which is a very bullish wave here in 2021 in November. Then price came down in a wave 4, and it was deep enough, that wave 4, to be a real wave 4. Yeah? Sometimes if they are not deep enough, you could think, all right, maybe it was just the A wave of the wave 4, but you know, it was deep enough really to be really a solid wave 4, as you can see here. If we draw the Fibonacci level, so let me just zoom out a little bit, go to the daily chart. We would have to start actually from here because this was a wave 2 low. I haven't actually labeled that, but this is the wave 2 low. Then we can measure, taking a look at the Fib levels, yeah, just to get an indication of where did actually that wave 4 react to. And if we now add the standard, wave 4 retracements, yeah, then you can see that price reached perfectly the 38.2 retracement level, $107. That's an ideal target for a fourth wave, and therefore I assume it's finished. Okay, now it's not guaranteed. Okay, we're all dealing here with probabilities, but it is likely it's finished. Therefore, I assume we're now in this fifth wave to the upside, which still has a lot of room to go. There are two wave counts. We've got the white one and the yellow one, and then afterwards I will also give you the bearish wave count. But again, we won't know that the bearish wave count is playing out until $128 support is breaking. The most bullish scenario I can offer is the white one. In this white scenario, we have a 1-2-1-2 setup and could rally next in a bullish third wave, and it would then carry on higher. Support here is $176. Then we've got the yellow wave count. Here we are dealing with a diagonal structure, a wave 1 of a diagonal in an ABC structure, but as diagonal, and we could then come down a little bit deeper in a wave 2. All the way down potentially to $128, but below that level we are bearish. Yeah, but from here it can still start. But below the 78.6 Fib level, 128, I will have to assume that this was just an ABC structure. I have to say, an ABC structure here, which would result in a new low, is not unlikely. It is actually fairly likely given the Fibonacci extensions we're dealing with. We have the length of this move up, the first 5-wave move up into the February highs. And we compare that to the next wave up, and we basically nearly reached the 100% extension. The 1-to-1 ratio, basically this wave up and this wave up, they nearly have the same length. When that is the case, it is often an indication that we could be dealing with an ABC structure. Yeah, so we need to have it on the radar. But it was a little bit shorter, and context-wise, that wave 4 hit the perfect target. So I'm leaning bullish. Also, what we might get on this chart is a nice inverse head and shoulders. Here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, if this support level holds. I'm leaning currently towards the white wave count. Because it reacted so nicely to our support area already. So let's do a deep dive into our primary wave count, which indicates a wave 1 topped here on the 19th of July. In a wave 1, yeah, that is the same wave count we discussed in previous videos. Came down in an A wave, and I think in the previous video we talked about we expect a B wave bounce, a rally, and that's happening right now. So it's nice to see that. Resistance is still up to $278, and you can see that if I go to the 1-hour chart, that this B wave is playing out nicely as a 3-wave move. So it's very much possible that this here was an A wave, the move down a B wave, and we're now moving up in a C wave. Okay, so I'm watching here. It still has lots of space. I mean, again, it could stretch out much higher, all the way up to 278 if it needs to. If I assume the A wave is in the B wave and this is now a C wave rally, then we can also calculate an ideal target for the C wave. That would be, first key target, I would say, is $258. And the next key target would be 279. Okay, so very much an overlap with a 78.6 Fib level up there. So it still has some room to go. First piece of evidence that a top is in a C wave is a break below that B wave low here. So the smaller B wave at 228. And then it could come down in a C wave lower, possibly all the way to $176. But so that means that I don't think a low is in yet. It could technically be because it hit the support area for the wave 2 already here. But first of all, that move down wasn't clearly corrective. And the move up looks a bit choppy. So I'm very open to the idea that we could come down lower once more in the C wave. That's my update about Tesla. I hope you will like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.